Flash games, a simple yet easy to understand pastime that littered school libraries and my bangin' Hot Wheels PC. Oh come on, don't pick that one doesn't even match. God damn it. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw the technologies we knew it at the time take shape into a more streamlined way to consume media. Oh come on, that's not even practical. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little exposed here. Kids could be occupied for hours just by logging onto a .com and letting their imaginations run wild. Okay, I mean that's better than this. Oh, would you look at that, I'm ready for a reasonably priced cruise. A kid like me could go from killing Brad Pitt to learning how to pass out. It was truly the golden age of the internet. Oh, come on. Bing bing, wahoo. You could watch Saturday morning cartoons, or you could hop on over to your computer and watch The Real Matrix. Okay, yeah, no, actually, give me that one. A conversation could be had about a stick figure violently bashing another stick figure, and that was entertainment. Nothing more, nothing less. Alright, this works. Our digital childhoods were shaped by one man, and his name was Tom Fulp. This is a story of Newgrounds.com. Everything by everyone. Can I go now? Thomas Fulp was born on April 30th, 1978, and as a child he suffered from chronic depression. He would often miss school due to wanting to stay home and not go outside, and the only outlet that would give him any sense of relief was creating violent stories and cartoons. In 1991, Fulp created a fanzine titled Newgrounds for the Neo Geo. The name Newgrounds stemming from new being a synonym for Neo, and ground being a synonym for Geo. He published the fanzine from his parents' basement in Percy, Philadelphia, and amassed 100 members in a club called Prodigy, an online service. In July of 1995, Fulp created his first website titled Newgrounds Remix. It was here that the weird and edgy domain would begin to take shape. Tom Fulp remembered watching a baby seal get clubbed on National Geographic, and the image was so traumatic that it would actually go to shape one of his first creations titled Club-a-Seal. This would actually cause Fulp to receive a bunch of hate mail, people calling him a sick bastard and a sad, perverted sicko, and you name it. But on the other hand, there were a lot of people that actually voiced their support for the Flash game. Another game Fulp created was called Assassin. However, he could no longer access the Newgrounds Remix server, so he created a new web space titled Newgrounds Atomics. At this point, things would start to gain momentum for Tom. In 1996, Tom received a call from Inside Edition, and they wanted to do a piece on his Flash game Assassin. He saw this as a golden opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime shot to get his creations out there. So Tom eagerly wanted to decide on a good name that would stick. And this was gonna be the beginning of his legacy, right? He was gonna have his name spewed to millions of Americans, and people would know about his creations. People would know about this website that they can go to have hours of fun. Well, things didn't exactly pan out like that. Inside Edition ghosted him, but that didn't stop him from getting the ball rolling, and he decided on a name, and it stuck. Newgrounds.com. Tom actually paid $33 a month out of his own pocket to keep the servers running and his site hosted. It was way too late to turn back at that point. Fast forward to 1999. Traffic was booming on Newgrounds.com. I mean, my man Tom couldn't keep up with all the traffic, and the company that was hosting the site wanted $1,000 every month to accommodate the influx of traffic. So obviously $1,000 is way too much from just a guy who's hosting the site from his basement, essentially. So Tom found somebody else to host the site for him. Tom partnered with a company called Troma, who willingly hosted the site in exchange for a cut of whatever ad revenue that he received. This marked the official beginning of the site that we know and love today. Fast forward to the year 2000, the turn of the millennium. Tom partnered with a dude named Ross, and Ross is actually the one who created the Flash Portal, the first of its kind. The Flash Portal allowed your average Joe to upload whatever their creation may be to the site. The first user uploaded creation was titled Scrotum1, and if you ask me, that's a pretty fitting title considering what Newgrounds would go to become. My man Tom really banked on Scrotum1. He dropped out of college to make Newgrounds his full-time job, and people were uploading to the portal left and right after that. A voting system was introduced where users could protect or blam submissions. Things were looking up for the site. The age of encouraged creativity was on the rise, and Newgrounds wasn't a site paid for by some company with a corporate agenda to shill some girl with a big booty to promote makeup wipes. It was exactly what their slogan stated: everything by everyone. However, at the time their slogan was the problems of the future today. But later it would be changed to everything by everyone, which I think is a more fitting slogan. As a child, I spent a lot of time on Newgrounds.com, primarily because it was a glorified digital library. The best part was, it was all free. I could play whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. The front page wasn't curated to other things I viewed, but what people were into at the time. Imagine going into a Blockbuster and looking at the game cases to pick what you want. That was half the fun. Scrolling the front page of Newgrounds gave you that same euphoria, that same sense of wonder and choice. You weren't plagued by a paywall or an AI telling you to watch Ellen DeGeneres' new Flash animation. It was all up to you. The choice was yours, what you wanted to consume. Newgrounds was kind of like a beacon of light at the end of a long day at school, or weekend plans. If you go to spend the night at a buddy's house, you order a pizza and you want to play Madness Interactive or George Bush Aerobics. Showing your buddies a new Flash game you discovered was like the coolest feeling ever because it felt like you came across some hidden treasure in a sea of gold. It was truly a time that I will always cherish because even going to Newgrounds.com now, it's still the same. Nothing has changed, and in the end, that might be what led to its downfall.
And when I say downfall, I don't mean they failed or become obsolete by any means. I mean, according to Tom Fulp himself, the site still sees about 7 to 8 million users every month, which is pretty insane. It's become a bit more of a niche nowadays, considering the way people browse the internet is completely different. A site like YouTube is more likely to gain a bored person's view than Newgrounds, and I can't help but wonder what could have been if Newgrounds was the one to take the throne.
Sure, it serves as a museum of the past, but Newgrounds remained an independent platform. All the while, big companies like Apple were trying to keep people in their ecosystem by banning Flash altogether. And that speaks volumes of what kind of guy Tom Fulp is. He never wanted to sell something that he worked so hard to give to the people, a place to create, to learn, and to just fuck around for a bit.
Another day, another death. Yep, my life is perfect.
A place that kids like him, who would spend his school days drawing violent cartoons and staying indoors, could escape for a while and create something that others might enjoy. Of course, Flash games paved the way for many creators we know and love today, like Egoraptor, OniNG, Psychic Pebbles, just to name a few. And other Flash creators actually got their foot in the door into mainstream media, like the guys who made snipper clips on Switch. They started on Newgrounds. And of course, Alien Hominid, which would actually go on to become a console title, that came from Newgrounds. And of course, I'd be remiss to not mention the Flash animations as well, like Salad Fingers. And just because most of these guys have moved on, either with their own personal endeavors or even just to a different platform, Newgrounds is never forgotten as their humble beginnings. And with Flash dying at the end of 2020, I wanted to take a look back at one of the most important and influential pieces of my childhood. Sure, Newgrounds will stay around, you know, they have their own proprietary player now, but this is only because they have to. They're the last beacon of the past while everybody else is looking into the future. Newgrounds created their own proprietary player, so that way you can enjoy these creations long after Flash is gone. So take some time today, go play George Bush Aerobics, which was uploaded on 9/11, impeccable timing. Honestly, if you just go to the game section and just sort by date and just go play some early shit and go read the comments, it's definitely a museum. It's a relic of its time, for sure. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, it's me from the future, or in your case, the past. Just a quick little update thing for, you know, the patrons and the real ones. The rest of you guys, you can leave, you can stop watching. Don't worry, I won't be mad at you. Maybe a little bit. First off, I just want to say I'm sorry for not uploading. I'm currently in the process of moving into a new place, and of course, I want to thank my beautiful, lovely patrons. We got some new boys to throw up on the wall, so let's do that. Big thank you to Frost Drive, Like Nancy with a J, that one, Digital Dice Hater, Trivia Chick, Zachary Pouillet, Boblax, Internet Unwind, Satan, Mr. Caleb G 98, Super Cyanide, Super Sex 420.69, Swagginus Maximus, Dojangles, Bixler, Looney Mania 123, Burger Krieg, Banked, or Benji T, Polite, Alpha RW, Pantsless Gamer, The Rhino, Super Swim Team 7, Tabor TCU, Chris Has Fun, Matthias Kronston Nygren. Alright, cats and squirrels, if we can give a warm welcome to Unusual Enigma and Azter, or A5T3R. And last but not least, the merch winners of the month. Patreon winner is that one, and the commenter winner is Loogie Baloney. Make sure to slide into my DMs on Twitter so I can get you guys some merch. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys again. Smooches for the road. I love you. Bye.